Because people are very sensational.
So wait. Let me ask you a question. So do you believe that the hadiths are actually how the Prophet lived?
War booty.
Do you actually believe that?
War booty.
Do you actually believe that?
That verse is speaking about war booty. Surah Hashr 55.
Yeah.
That verse is speaking about the rendering of war booty. You know what war booty is? War booty is basically after a war,
When you conquered them.
when you conquered someone and you take their properties. So that verse is speaking about how to.
But that's that's only movable property.
No, but one moment.
Not immovable.
One moment. That verse is speaking about how to give those properties to people, basically. How to give them all their portion. It's not speaking about anything else.
What did you get this from?
Read it. Read the Quran. Surah Hashr 55.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, do you translate? Do you explain the Quran? You tafsir Quran?
No, I just read the Quran.
So, yeah, but you understand the Quran?
Yes.
Everything in the Quran?
Huh?
You understand every word in the Quran?
No, but then you're arguing now that the translations are insufficient.
That's what it all
the
would be.
Sunnah.
Okay.
The Sunnah in the Quran, Allah said, وَمَا أَتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Whatever he come with, take it. Whatever he give you, take
Listen
it.
to what I said. Surah Hashr, I gave him the verse, the chapter, he didn't even look it
The
up.
argument, I know where it's going to go. Why are you both going to show him the English translation?
No.
He's going to say that's not the English translation.
No, it's not an explanation. It's what the verse says. Hey, look. Surah Hashr, where is it? Surah Hashr. Bro, this is wallahi. I'm telling you. Are you an Arab?
Yes.
He's defending his culture, bro. He's defending. No, what?
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong
We're
with
not
that?
talking about
What's wrong
culture,
with
brother.
that?
No, hadith is culture.
Okay, but then I'm asking.
Of course
he's gonna defend his culture.
Let's get to the foundation of
يا
this.
أخي hadith is the same the Quran, a revelation.
Stop.
Wait, okay, let's find out why
Hadith.
he doesn't think
No,
that,
no,
brother. That's where the
that's
that's where
good
we
luck
go
to him.
different.
That's not
Okay,
my
then
problem. That's his
that's what I'm
problem.
See, I'm telling
Do
you.
you believe that the hadiths are not correct? Is that what you believe?
Don't be disrespectful, bro. Khalid, I specifically said history. That's how it was introduced to us. Never revelation.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
So wait, let me deal with one part at a
I
time,
know what's
please.
gonna happen here.
No, because it has to be
I'll
done.
wait. He's gone.
We need evidence,
He's
isn't it?
gone, man. He's gone.
No, I'm gonna show it to you. Surah Hashr. I'm gonna show it to you.
That's not what I'm arguing, brother.
No, I just want to show you quickly,
I
bro.
just want to ask you a question.
Go on.
I'm not asking about specifics. My question is, do you not believe that the hadiths are correct, or do you believe that the hadiths are correct and that is how the Prophet lived, but you don't need to follow that? Is that which one?
No, I'm gonna tell you the facts. The facts are that it was written a century plus after his death. That's a fact. It's a fact that no one can ignore.
Okay,
Number
so
one.
You do not, but it's a chain of narration. Correct?
What does that mean? That means
there's-
nothing. Factually, that means nothing. There is no way of verifying the validity of that hadith. No way.
Because it's already transmitted.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Because it's written 100 plus later.
That's
So
when
the
it was
person
put down
writing
on
it.
foundation.
So the
That's when
person
it was
writing
written
it.
down.
The person writing it.
Okay.
The person
So
writing
you're
it
disputing
has
the
never
validity.
met the Prophet. The person writing has never met the Prophet. There is no way you can go back to the Prophet to confirm the validity of these claims. That's a fact.
But do
Number
you know
one.
the Quran was also written after the Prophet died?
Do you have any proof for that?
Because it was already
Any
there was
evidence?
Uthman.
Evidence.
Uthman,
Evidence.
Broski.
You're using hadiths.
So you're
That
saying the Quran
narrative
was
comes from
already written down, all written. I'm saying written on paper, not paper, sorry,
Parchment.
anything.
Yes.
Whatever they used to write
Yes.
on at that time.
It's in the Quran.
All of it.
It's
was
in the Quran.
already compiled.
It's in the Quran, written by the hands of blessed scribes. It's in the Quran.
All of it.
Number one. Number
Okay.
one.
What's that?
Num-
all right. Where is it written?
Let me-
What's the evidence so I can write it?
Look it up. I'll find out the
Okay,
verse
yeah,
number
okay,
for you.
okay.
Number one.
All right.
Number two. There is no number two. The difference between the Quran and the Hadith is the Hadith's validity rests upon simply saying the Prophet said so. That's what the Hadith depend on. So if someone gives you a Hadith and they say the Prophet said so, you don't have to verify the validity or the veracity of that Hadith.
So
You
you're
understand?
arguing,
Let me
but
finish. No, there's a point. Wait.
Okay.
You don't have to verify the veracity of the hadith. Now, what I mean is, whether that hadith is true, whether it's practical, none of that comes into question. The only thing that comes into question is the chains of narrations, according to the hadith narrative. You understand? Now, the Quran narrative doesn't depend on history. It doesn't depend on, oh, this is the one that the Prophet has brought, or this is the chains of narrations of this Quran is correct. It doesn't depend on that. The Quran is objectively demonstrable. As in everything in the Quran, you can put it into action. You understand what I'm saying to you, yeah? So therefore, you verify that the Quran is true because it's in line with reality. So you don't have to worry about when it came or when it was written. That's not what the Quran is dependent upon.
So what you're saying
the
is
Quran depends on its arguments.
So you do not believe in the validity of the hadith.
Entirely.
That is the foundation of your argument.
Entirely. The whole
The whole
hadith.
foundation of your let me. The whole foundation of your whole argument is that you do not believe the validity of the hadith. So what I'm saying is you do not believe that the Prophet actually lived that way, done them things, and said so and so. You do not believe that actually happened because of the.
Not only do I not believe that, there is no reason to believe that the Prophet needed to add to the Quran.
Okay.
Why on earth does he need to add to the Quran?
The Sunnah is not an addition to the Quran.
By definition, it's an addition.
It's not an addition.
So what is it? What do you call it?
Huh?
Is it in the Quran?
It's a life. It's living the lifestyle of a prophet.
You're beautifying
Sallallahu
it.
alaihi wasallam.
You're just
No, I'm not
beautifying it.
beautifying it. I'm saying. Look,
Does it change that?
was the prophet
Is there an external
was the prophet
source?
perfect?
Is there an
Was the
external
prophet
source?
perfect?
What does the Prophet perfect?
Sallallahu alaihi
No,
wasallam.
the Prophet was a human being.
He was a human. Yes. Of course
Yes.
he's a human being.
So what do you mean by
So he was
perfect? Only God is perfect.
So the prophet
Yeah.
did not live a perfect lifestyle.
What do you mean by live a perfect life? The Prophet
The
was
definition of perfect
The
is
Prophet lived
he did
according
not-
to how he's supposed to live.
Okay, so the prophet sinned. You're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
So
saying the
did not
Prophet
sin.
lived
The
according
prophet
to.
sinned or he did not sin.
I'm not saying. I'm not going into that. I
No,
don't see the
because
relevance of that.
I know the relevance is that if somebody who in the Quran it says, yeah, of course, that he's a prophet of Allah,
Yeah.
the messenger of Allah. Yeah. So if is that not a person whose lifestyle you should try and replicate and emulate and let his lifestyle inspire you to become a better Muslim instead of rejecting it.
It's not his lifestyle that inspires me. I get inspired by the
Yes.
same thing that he got inspired by, which is the
Or are you
revelation.
the same? Are you on the same level as the prophet?
No. We're both human beings. We're getting inspired by
No, but are
revelation.
you the same level as the prophet?
What does that mean?
There's
It's just
levels.
a
Is that,
motive.
no, it's not. There's
Levels
levels.
to what?
There's
Football?
levels. No, levels to
In
your
what?
iman.
Levels to
Iman.
what? What is that?
Your
My belief?
Your belief.
No,
Your prophet-
why would there be levels
Because
to
the
that?
prophet, like you said,
Yeah.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, sorry, he did not sin.
What does that mean? I didn't say that. What does that mean?
You did say that.
I did not
bro.
say
You
that.
did
I
say
said
that.
I'm not
I
going
asked
into
you-
that.
I asked you specifically.
I said I'm not going
Did the
into
prophet
that.
sin? You said no.
I'm not going into that is what I
No,
said.
no, you said no.
Oh,
I
bro,
said
let
the
me
prophet-
speak for myself. I'm not going into that.
You don't wanna go into that.
I wouldn't
Why
even.
do you not want to go into that?
Because that is entirely irrelevant. It's just
It's not
emotive.
irrelevant because
How is
you
it relevant?
don't want to follow the lifestyle of the prophet.
No, I'm saying his lifestyle. Where did he
Sallallahu
get?
alaihi wasallam.
Where did he get his lifestyle from?
Eh?
Where did he get his lifestyle from?
From the Quran.
Well, there you go. So why don't I go
And
to
he
the
is a
Quran?
messenger of Allah. Did
See,
he
there you
not-
go. What's
did
the
he
definition
not-
of a messenger?
Did he not
Can we
ascend?
speak
Did he not
rational?
ascend? Do you believe the Prophet ascended to the heavens?
That's not in the Quran.
I've got an interesting question.
So you do not believe that happened?
I have no reason to believe anything that's not in the Quran.
So you do
It
not
has to
believe
be in the
that you have to
Quran.
pray 5 times a day?
That's not in the Quran.
So you
hold
do not
on.
believe-
Can I ask you a question? You've been asking me a few
No,
questions.
because it's
Can I
your
ask you a
style,
question?
innit, brother. I'm not.
I don't know, but can I ask you a
Yeah,
question? Can I ask you a
It's not
question?
how
Why can I
I
ask you a
do it.
question? So do you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Muslims to pray 50 times and then the Prophet went down to Moses and then Moses told him, look, they won't be able to do it, so go back and try to get them to reduce. So do you believe that the Prophet negotiated, bargained with Allah? Is that what you really believe?
I would not say it's a negotiation.
So what do you call it? That's the
Because
definition of negotiation.
Allah, as you know, yes.
So what do you call it?
Allah already has written everything, correct? He already knows what's going to happen. Nothing is a surprise, nothing is a negotiation. If his decision is not already that he wants to do something, it will not be.
So why did the Prophet need to speak to him?
It was That's how Allah decreed it. That's how Allah wanted
No, that's what you
That's
lot
what I believe.
teach.
No, that's what
So,
I believe.
alright, but it's got to make sense though.
No, because that
What's
makes
the sense?
sense to me.
So it makes sense
It
that the
makes
Prophet
sense to me.
bargained
It
with
makes
God.
sense to- It's not a bargain.
So
That's
why?
your words
How's it not a
again.
bargain?
It's not a bargain.
So if you tell me a number and I try to get that number down, is that not the definition of bargaining? That's not the definition of bargaining.
That's not a bargain.
Now you be.
A bargain is if Allah wanted a certain number and then he all of a sudden got negotiated down.
So is that not what happened?
You're speaking as
So is
if-
that not what happened? So it didn't go negotiate down.
They're not-
So
no,
15.5 is
I'm
the
saying a
same.
negotiation is if me and you are in a standpoint and saying, listen, I want to make £50 from this,
We
yeah,
gotta
but
have
you
definitions
come.
of words.
No, like, that's what I'm saying. That's bargaining. Let me define what I think of as bargaining.
So what do you,
innit?
okay, do you want to call it negotiating then?
No,
so
it's
the
not
Prophet
negotiating.
negotiated with
I don't
God.
think it was a negotiation.
So what is
because
it?
I already said it to you.
No, so what is it?
Allah has already written everything that's going to happen. So
What is
why
the
does
Prophet
that-
doing?
Huh?
What is the Prophet doing?
The Prophet is asking.
Why?
Asking.
Why?
Asking is not a negotiation.
No. Oh really?
Nah.
Why? Why does it feel the need to ask? To
Eh?
drop it? Why?
Is it not? You know the hadith, isn't it?
No, okay,
you
but
know the
why?
reason,
Why do you
know the
accept it?
morality of the story
I don't-
and why it
you
happened?
tell me.
Come on, brother. Man.
No, you tell me.
I'm not- you get
to
me?
me, it doesn't make sense. You're just
Okay,
defending it
it makes
regardless
sense
if
to
it
me.
makes sense or
It
not.
makes sense to
Okay,
me.
how then? Tell me how.
Yeah?
Tell me how.
It makes sense to me. Bro.
How?
That the definition, the standard definition of it makes sense to me. How it happened.
Okay,
That's
why?
It, boom.
Why did the
Why
Prophet?
do you need me to go into
Hold
more
on. So are you
details?
saying the Prophet is more merciful than God?
That's not what I'm saying.
So
I'm saying
okay,
God already
so why
written
did
everything
also?
down.
So why
You're
did
the
the
one
Prophet?
that is creating fallacies
Bro,
in
why?
Allah.
Why
I'm
did?
not the one that's creating
no.
it.
I'm the.
Yeah, I'm not the one that's creating it. I'm saying Allah already knew what he was going to happen.
Bro, I'm just saying. No, Khalid, one minute. Khalid, 1 minute, man. So the point is this: God ordered 50 prayers. Moses, in cahoots with the Prophet, said, "Let's bring it down."
Language is very powerful.
You know what the word cahoots means?
Language is very
Did
powerful.
they not partner? That's what cahoot
Eh?
means.
No,
They partnered.
cahoots is when you, it's got a connotation of being negative.
No,
so
it
if you
doesn't.
say I was
Why
in
does it have
cahoots
to
with
be
someone,
negative?
if I said I was in cahoots with someone, you're already
It's
already
just
thinking
partner.
I was in a negative, in a way to do
It's
something
just
bad.
partner, bro.
Alright, why did you
Cahoot,
not use
cohort. That's all
Why
it
did
is.
Why did you not specifically use partner?
Cause we can use words, bro. Now you're
use words,
now
but
you're
then
getting at
you-
me with words, bro.
I'm saying that like, the use of language also, like you were saying, negotiating, bargain.
Yeah.
To get me, ask.
Do you know what? Do you know why I'm doing it? I'll be honest. Do you know why I'm doing it?
You're using
I'm
emotive
no,
language.
No, do you know why? Do you know
Emotive
why?
language.
I am. I admit. I admit. But the reason I am, is because I want you to see how mad it is what people are saying.
The thing is,
I want you to see it, bro.
but we already got
So I
to
have-
the, we already
so I
at the
have to-
beginning of this conversation, we already got to the base of your argument. You do not believe the validity of it. If you believe that their validity and it was a straight narration and everything was correct and that's how the Prophet
but how
100%
can you-
lived,
no, but
yeah.
how can you
wait,
believe
wait.
something
If
that
you
don't make
believe
sense?
that the Prophet 100% lived like that and that 100% everything that happened in the Hadith is 100% correct, like I believe, yeah.
Why do you believe that?
No, wait. Then I'm saying if you did,
Then you would
then
just accept
and then no, then you denying it would be a completely different question to you saying that you do not believe that that's actually the chain. That's you.
I'm not talking about the
That's a
chain.
complete. You already said that's your whole base of your foundation of your
No,
argument,
it's
bro.
an argument.
No,
No,
that's
I
your-
gave you
You-
argument.
If-
One argument. Now I'm giving you another
That's what I
argument.
gave you. That's what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying to you. I'm changing your premise. Your premise is already.
You're
you don't-
changing my premise.
Your premise, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That your premise
Yeah.
of your whole foundation of that belief is that you do not believe that that is valid. The hadiths are valid. The validity, the chain of narrations. Like you said at the beginning, it was written 1,000 years after, 100 plus years after the Prophet died. No one that wrote it down, alayhi salam, no one that wrote it down met him. That was that was the first few things that
One
you said.
argument, yeah, that's one argument. Does that mean I can't have no other arguments?
No, because if that is your original argument,
Yeah.
yeah, then that means
I can't
that
have any other arguments.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying if that's your original argument,
Yeah.
yeah, then that means you can say whatever you want about the hadith. You can
No,
say you don't
no.
believe them because you don't even believe that that's what
So you're
really the
putting me
Prophet
on,
said.
so you're saying you gotta be in this box to understand, basically.
No, I'm saying if you believe that the Prophet actually said that this happened,
Yeah.
if you believe that the Prophet said that,
Yeah.
and then you deny it,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story now.
No, your thinking is with respect. I
Is
don't
it
know
not?
if you're. No, you're thinking.
Is it not though? That's what I'm saying. I'm just
no,
changing
it's
your
flawed.
premise.
Let me tell you why it's flawed. Yeah, let me tell you why it's flawed. Because whether I believe in the chain of narrations or whether I do not, The reason it doesn't make any difference is because I can still question if something doesn't compute.
Okay, so no,
So what I'm saying to you
though
is this idea of negotiating with God. Oh, you don't like the word, okay? Of basically trying to get God.
No, but you're going
to
into.
what? I don't know.
You're going into the leaves of the tree rather than the actual fucking the stalk. Sorry to swear. The actual the trunk, innit? I'm getting to the trunk of the tree. Do you get me? The source. I'm saying that you do not believe the validity. So by definition, you can deny the arguments and the stories that come with it.
Not
If you
necessarily.
believe that the
Not
prophet,
necessarily.
no, wallah, listen.
Because some arguments can be true.
No,
Some arguments can
because
make sense.
Out of your common sense, what makes
Yeah.
sense. But what I'm saying is, if you believe that the Prophet 100% said the Hadith, and you believe, like I believe, and other Muslim
There's
Sunnis
no way of
believe.
believing that though.
No, what I'm
You
saying.
can't say 100%.
If I believe in it.
Yeah,
I
but you
believe.
can't say
I'm not
100%.
saying I know it. There's a lot of things I
Exactly.
don't know that my mum is 100% my mum. I did not see myself coming out of her.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
We can have this sort of like philosophical discussion about what we know and what we believe in it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, what I believe is that the Sunnah is how the Prophet actually lived. So I cannot deny that sort of lifestyle I should follow, and that if he said that that's what happened.
So, but what, even,
I'm saying that.
So you're
But
saying
you're
because you
saying-
believe in the hadith, you can't question it.
Bro, I'm saying
Bro,
because
you're
I
smart,
believe-
but you're kind of trying
No,
it too
because
much now.
if you believe that the Prophet actually lived like that and said them things, and then you deny it and say, listen, the Prophet must have been talking rubbish.
No, you
Because-
can still question
No,
it.
you can, no, broski, you can question it, but you're saying to me because that hadith says that the Prophet actually said that.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So you're now saying I'm questioning it to the point that this don't make sense. So the Prophet must be. Get me? If someone says this story and he's saying this is actually what happened, and then you say to them, no, bro, that's not what. I can't believe that that's what happened. Now you're questioning this person's sanity. Correct?
Why not?
So
But
you
I'm
can
not
question the
questioning
Prophet's sanity.
I'm not Bro, it's attributed to the Prophet.
No, but then
So,
so you
I can't
again,
question
you go to the
nothing.
validity now. I'm saying if you don't believe the premise of that is true,
Bro, I know you think your argument makes sense here, but are you telling me I can't question something?
I'm saying, broski, I'm saying if I believe that the Prophet
Because
said
you're saying
this,
because you're in this position, unless you're in that position, you can't question something. You can't say that.
I'm saying I can't argue with you if you're saying the validity of the argument of the hadiths is what you're questioning. If that's the foundation of your beliefs, then broski, there's nothing to argue about. Because if I say, no, listen, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I get you.
If I say to you, bro, listen, Guuled, come here. If I say to you, I do not believe. If I say to you, listen, this hadith said
I didn't even say I don't believe. I said, look, this is an argument. So for example, when I say to you, is written 100 plus, when I say to you, is written 100 plus after the Prophet's death, it's an argument. Whether you believe it or not, it's entirely irrelevant. It's still an argument. Well, it's not an argument. It's just a fact. It's not an argument.
No, but what is
It's
the point of
indisputable.
that fact?
Huh?
What is the point of that argument?
The
You
point-
can't just say an
the-
argument and then throw it in the air and then say that it doesn't have a point.
The point.
You must
the-
have somewhere
okay,
where you want it to be
the
an
point.
argument.
The point is
Yeah.
something written 100 plus later.
Yeah.
You cannot
No,
just
rely on.
no.
Is
You
that
can
not your
no.
point?
My point is you cannot assert that it's a fact.
You cannot assert that it's a fact.
You can't. You can't assert that it's a fact.
Okay, so by definition, if you cannot
Yeah.
assert that it's a fact,
It's
you must-
questionable.
You must deny that it's valid as a statement. Correct.
No.
So you can't just, bro. This is completely mad that what you're saying and then denying. Are you hearing this?
I've heard this.
You're saying just because you cannot say that it's a fact, means that you're not questioning its validity.
I am questioning its validity.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole argument.
But you know
So I
what
can't
question?
argue with that.
Yeah, of course you can argue with that
I
because
cannot argue with
of course you can because you can prove its validity. That's the whole point of arguing validity.
Come on, bro, man. I'm not arguing about that,
You're
fam.
trying to shut debate.
Huh?
You're trying to shut debate.
If you
You're
wanna
basically
argue
saying,
about-
if you don't believe it, that's it, the debate is done.
No, I'm not saying
What are you
that.
saying then?
I'm saying, bro, if you want to argue about the literal chain of narrations and
I'm
who said
not
it-
interested in chain of
No,
narration.
because that's how it happened.
No, but that shit, bro. You see this thing?
Somebody orally remember that the
There's
Prophet
no
said that, and
valid-
then somebody else said it, and then
Okay.
boom, and then this guy said, "Yo, listen, that's a reliable source,
but
so
Guuled-
I'm gonna write this down."
Guuled, do you know how facts work? Do you know how facts work? Chains of narration is no way to attain facts. So chain of narration is invalid.
Okay, so how do you know? Yeah, this is completely out of the box. Yeah, so how do you know that King Henry VIII,
I don't.
had Okay then, so we do not know anything that we do not know.
Anything
I cannot touch, I do not know.
Anything to do with
My mom
history.
is my mom.
Hear me out.
I do not know my mom's my mom.
No, you can verify that though.
Yeah, I can have a DNA test, but
Well,
that's
there you
also
go. That's
that's
objective
also
verification.
99.9%.
Well, yeah.
So that one.
We never work on 100%.
1% is still a.
We don't have absolutes.
So there is no absolutes.
As human beings, there is none. As human beings, we have no absolutes. Absolute only ilah has though. Do you know what absolute means? It's flawless. Or what? When can we be flawless? We can never be flawless. The only thing we have is probability. That's a fact as human beings. What we call a fact, even what we call a fact here, is 99.9%. Everything is 99.9%.
You didn't see the Prophet himself getting the revelations of the Quran.
Exactly. I don't need to though.
Believe that you do not have the absolute belief that the Quran is true.
No.
Do you have the absolute belief that the Quran is true?
There's nothing absolute. Listen,
You don't, innit? You don't, bro.
The word absolute, but hear me out, bro. The word absolute does not belong to me as a human being. I'm
You're
imperfect.
getting philosophical with it, bro.
No, but it's, oh my God,
I might not
we have
say
to.
it.
Yeah, but we have to.
You're talking about what you do not know.
I'm saying,
I do not know. If I have not seen something
Guuled,
myself, I
I'm saying
cannot verify it ever.
Guuled, the word absolute
Yeah.
does not, we can't use absolutes as human beings. The only thing we have is most probable. 99.9% is the most that we have.
No,
Because you haven't
that-
brought any evidence.
No, it does. You cannot believe in anything with that mindset, man. If you believe that you can never, ever confirm anything as an absolute, then
So you believe you have absolutes? You're dying. You can't have absolutes.
yo, I'll find out in the afterlife, innit?
Exactly, that's my point.
both will, innit?
That's where you get absolutes, not here.
Bro, my belief is solid, innit? So that's what I'm saying.
Belief, yeah, that's 99.9%. That's as
Bro.
solid as you can get.
Exactly, but
And
I'm
as
not
solid
arguing
as
that
you can get as a
point.
human being.
But that's what.
Kali,
I'm
you
saying.
took us to so many places, bro.
No, because you
Wallahi
did.
billah, the amount of places you took us to.
Because I finally got to the foundation of what.
Yeah.
I got to the foundation of
No,
what your
no,
belief
let's
was.
go.
I got
Let's
to the
get
foundation
let's
of
get
you,
back
bro.
to this. Let's get back
I
to
got
this.
to the foundation
I
of
want to
you.
know why God is giving 50 prayers and human messengers are coming up with 5.
We can't argue that.
No, but
because
you-
I believe that if the Prophet
But
said
why
it,
is- but it
because
has to
I
make-
believe, yeah, if the Prophet said it.
So the
yeah,
Prophet is more merciful than God.
No, I believe if the Prophet said that story in that way,
Okay, so-
yeah,
okay.
you can read it specifically, bro.
Alright,
He
but
did
then-
he did never demand or
But-
try
but
and
there's-
negotiate.
but there's
He was
certain-
always asking for the mercy
But
of
there's
Allah.
so there's certain.
Is it not?
But
Have you read it?
Guuled,
Is the mercy,
no, but
is
Guuled,
it not?
No, I'm not thinking.
Come on, bro.
But there's Guuled, there's certain facts that you can't avoid.
Get that, bro.
If Allah gave 50 and the Prophet gave 5, you can't avoid the fact that one felt more mercy towards mankind than the other.
So
And you're saying
No, I'm not saying that. You're saying now.
But you accept it as true.
Okay, so you're saying that whole hadith is not true.
You have two choices, bro.
Yeah, no,
You
I
have,
get that, but
wait,
he's
wait.
saying that
You have
he
two
believes-
choices.
So do you believe
You have
any-
two choices.
you
You have
believe any
Guuled,
hadith?
Guuled, you have two choices.
You believe any Sunnah?
None. You have two
Oh,
choices.
okay, then
Listen,
that's why I got
You have
already
to-
got to the foundation of this argument, bro.
now
You do not
now
believe
you're
any
trying to shut the
absolutes.
conversation again.
Well, you know you.
You're trying to shut the conversation, but let's deal with this, bro. You have two choices, Guuled. Either you believe that the Prophet had more mercy than God.